everybody, welcome to Just Upright. My name is Doc Jean Ruder. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I'm also a certified dementia practitioner. Thank you so much for new subscribers. Thank you for viewers. I really appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for encouraging words and for your messages and questions that keep me going and that enables me to know what you need. If you are new to my channel, I suggest that you go to the channel. Okay, so you can just type on YouTube, Just Upright. Okay, Just Upright. Okay, so it will take you to this. You can click my channel here, Just Upright, and it will take you to this landing page. So when you go to my channel, you can click on videos. Okay. And you can see all the videos that I have made. Also, I made some playlists. So if you click on the playlist here, I have playlists that will be available for you to access. So I have 20 plus 25 as of now videos on how to become physical therapists here in the United States. I have how to be PRN or as needed physical therapists here in the US. And I also have fall prevention videos here that you can access for free. And subscription is for free as well, guys. Keep on sharing this video to your social media because you just never know that a friend of your friend might be needing this specific video in their, journey in their life. For today, I'm going to take a break from making videos on how to become physical therapists in the US. But I'm going to discuss a very important topic, and that is the beer belly. Ta-na-nan! Okay. So that's why I entitled this video, with the picture, Is This Dangerous? Okay, so health has been, the calling of my focus this year. And I must admit, I have to lose a lot of weight. When I get stressed, I eat. Okay, when I'm bored, I eat. We all deal with stress in different way. And for most of us, food is the easiest access, soothing remedy for stress or boredom, okay, or for problems or a diversion, okay. So, but I remember so well when I was still in PT school about the waist-hip ratio. So when we say a waist-hip ratio, guys, is that, so you're just going to measure what is the circumference of your waist and then divide it by the circumference of your hips, okay? So this is your waist and this is your hip. Okay, so normally our waist should be smaller than the hips. That is normal. Okay, so we want to be as much as possible pear shape. Okay, we don't want the apple shape in which the waist is bigger than the hips. I'm going to discuss this further later on. Okay, but so if you measure that, it's either in inches or centimeters. If, for example, for women, 0.8 or below, it's a low risk for any heart condition, diabetes, any chronic condition. And then the body shape is pear, so that's good. 0.81 to 0.85 is moderate health risk. It's like an avocado shape. And 0.85 plus is high health risk for developing heart disease, diabetes, and it's an apple shape, okay? For men, higher. They have higher ratio, and we'll find this out later why. 0.95 or below is a low risk for them, pear shape. 0.96 to 1 is a moderate risk, avocado shape. And 1 plus is high, or they have an apple-shaped body. Okay, so you might be wondering, okay, what is the correlation of this, beer belly or having a big abdomen with regards to your health? And is it really dangerous for us to have, a bigger abdominal girth? Okay, bigger, or what we call abdominal obesity. Okay, so we're going to see research studies. Some of you know I just recently graduated from my doctor of physical therapy last year. Through that, I learned how important going to research studies. The research is not everything. We don't base our clinical judgment only solely on research, but research is a very useful mean for us to see what is the latest in science. These are a group of men and women in their expertise spend time and effort and money to prove or disprove something. So that is the value of research. So when I put here like waist-hip ratio, end risk, and heart disease, you see there is like so many studies about this topic. Now, I chose this one, waist-hip ratio, as predictor of myocardial infarction risk. Myocardial infarction, guys, is a medical term for a heart attack, okay? So it means part of your heart died because of lack of blood supply, okay? So that's myocardial infarction. But I will not bore you in the whole details of this research, but I want to point out this research was done in 2018, okay? And this is a systematic review and meta-analysis, okay? So what does it mean? So what I learned when I was in Doctor of Physical Therapy school is that there are level of evidence, okay? If you're going to look for research, it has grades of evidence, okay? And this research that I'm pointing at, this is at the highest level, the systematic reviews, okay? So the higher that you go to the peak of the pyramid, the highest the quality of evidence there is, okay? This is a systematic review. So meaning this is something that you can be trusted, okay? So in this study, we will just go to the conclusion to point out that myocardial infarction or heart attack is significantly associated with increased waist-hip ratio, a stronger association among women, okay? So that is the reason why, guys, that when you see in that chart, the table, that among women, we have a lesser value than men, because studies after studies, they found out that women is more at risk of a heart attack, a heart disease, with bigger abdominal girth, okay, with having abdominal obesity than men. So the value for us is lower with the hip-waist ratio than men. Okay, another very important thing, website that I saw that is very a good read. It's a good read is this heart.org, and I will put the link below. Okay, this is waist size predicts heart attacks better than BMI or body mass index, especially in women. Okay, so let's go through what they found out here. In the study published by the Journal of American Heart Association, they suggest that waist-hip ratio measurement may be better indicator of a heart attack risk than body mass index for both men and women, okay? Previous studies have shown it's not just general obesity where fat is stored on the body that contributes to the increased risk of heart disease. Okay? However, past research was unclear on what role gender played in the equation, despite clear differences between men and women in body fat distribution. Okay, so in this particular study of Journal of American Heart Association, okay, the researchers look at specific links between excess weight, fat distribution, and heart disease risk in nearly 500,000 men and women, 40 to 69, ages 40 to 69 in the United Kingdom, who had no previous history of heart disease. So they have a 7-year follow-up. 5,710 heart attacks were recorded among participants with women experiencing 15% higher risk of heart attacks than men with similar waist hip fat distribution. So in this website, they say we found that women with bigger waist and waist to hip ratios face greater excess risk of experiencing heart attack than men who have a similar apple shape. Okay, here in the study, women with a waist size greater than 35 inches and men with waist larger than 40 inches are at higher risk for heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and this is according to National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute. More intensive screening for risk and development of cardiovascular disease and diabetes in individuals with apple shape might help prevent the onset of disease, especially in women. They specify here that they already know, doctors already know that having a bigger waist is a risk factor for a general population, but that this specific research study that they're talking about pointed out that women are affected more than men. The study also suggests that measuring waistline size and comparing it to hip size might be a better way to predict heart disease risk than widely used body mass index. And body mass index is a calculation of your body fat based on your height and your weight. Okay, that's the difference. BMI is a measure of general obesity. It does not discriminate between fat around the hips or the waist. Okay, so one of the author of this said, yet compared to fat around the hips, fat around the waist is more metabolically active, is closely related to insulin resistance, that is when you're developing diabetes, and may be more strongly associated with the risk of heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. So, Rao also said that she thinks, this is one of the doctors, she thinks that the research study points out that BMI as a flawed measure and offers evidence that we ought to be measuring waist circumference systematically in all of our adult patients at least once a year, not just because it shows certain people they are at high risk, but it might also identify people that are not at high risk. Okay, that is why it is very important for us to know about this. Okay, about having a big belly. Most people do not know that it is a risk for having a heart attack, a heart disease, diabetes. Okay, so now we know that based on high quality research studies, okay, that it is indeed a risk for having a heart condition. I was just talking to one of my friends about, I recently found out that her father passed away at the age of 49, okay, because of a heart attack, okay, and that is so young and that is very devastating. And I was explaining to her that our heart has what we call the left anterior descending artery, and that is a big artery that supplies the left side, the left ventricle of our heart, and the left ventricle is the one that pumps the blood to the brain and to the, to the different parts of our body. So the heart pumps blood to supply our body, but the heart itself has its own blood supply. So that's what we call coronary arteries. So when you hear the word coronary artery disease, it is the disease of the blood supply of the heart itself. And that left anterior descending artery is also known as the widowmaker. If you have occlusion in that artery, it can be very devastating, a massive heart attack, or for some unfortunate ones, it can be death. This is a wake-up call for me, and a wake-up call, for some other people out there as well, that we have to really take care of ourselves. I am not an exception. By all means, I am maybe the worst, if not among you who are watching. So this is like a wake-up call for me to make better choices about the food that we eat. So now that we know this, what are we going to do? And if you watch, different programs of doctors and videos about losing weight and exercising, okay, it goes hand in hand. The diet cannot be taken out of the equation. And for the most part, the diet is the most important factor to that. And then top it with exercise, okay? So right now, for accountability purposes, I'm reading this book, Eat to Beat Disease. And this is by Dr. William Li. He is a world-renowned physician, okay? So you can see this here, it says world-renowned physician, scientist, speaker, and author. He is best known for leading Angiogenesis Foundation. Dr. Li's groundbreaking work has impacted more than 70 diseases, including cancer, diabetes, blindness, heart disease, and obesity. His TED Talk, Can We Eat to Starve Cancer?, has garnered more than 11 million views and has appeared on different shows here in the US and abroad, okay? So I came across Dr. Li when I was looking for a solution when my sister was in the hospital last year, and we found out she had cancer. She passed away, eventually soon after that. But I was trying to research on what advice could I give my niece to take care of her by that time. The method, the natural method that we can do for her, for her body to recover and be supported in the process of healing. And that's how I come across on YouTube about this Dr. Li, and he makes a lot of sense. What I love about this book, and I'm going to give you a separate video about the review for this book, is that it is backed up by research studies, okay? Each food that he actually prescribed here is backed up by research studies, and you would understand why each food is important for your body. And the food that he actually, recommend here are the usual food that we love, okay? Not the junk food, but, like blueberries, carrots, some love broccoli, almonds and almond butter and stuff like that. So there are lists of food here that you can actually choose from and incorporate or, eat more of those good food than the junk food in your daily life. So this is my journey right now, and I'm just sharing it with you. So I'm hoping that this shed a light for you and for me, for us to be better in choosing the food that we eat, taking care of ourselves so that we can take care of other people and we can continue our journey here on earth in a more energetic, joyful, and no pain or less pain manner, so that we will be able to enjoy life itself and be a blessing to other people. So if you want to check out this book, I have the link down below. You can click it and it will lead you straight to Amazon where I bought this book. And also please check out my books that I published. This was the first one that I published. Is Practical Tips for Therapists Prior to Migrating or Starting the U.S. Practice. So this is applicable for foreign trained, but also for new graduate, whether you're a therapist or a nurse, any healthcare professional. There are a lot of words of wisdom and practical tips here before you plunge into the working environment or working world, okay, out there. And this is for foreign trained physical therapists who want to be guided on the step-by-step process of their U.S. application with important websites and tips, and that will save you a lot of headaches, from your application. And this is my third book, Just Upright, Practical Tips to Improve Posture, Balance, and Decrease Fall Risk. And I'm actually excited because I saw that there are people who bought my books in Australia and the latest one from Denmark. So thank you so much, guys. All the links of these books are down below. Just click them and it will lead you straight towards Amazon where you can buy them. Thank you for all your support and stay blessed. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button below to be updated with the latest video releases. Share this channel to other people you know who will benefit from Just Upright videos. Thank you again and stay blessed.